I got a pre-order for the Nintendo Switch 2 for now, and I'll explain that in a minute. I originally wasn't gonna make a video on this because I didn't know if it would come off as like, I don't know, mean, like, or braggy, because I don't want to make a video bragging that, oh, I got the Switch 2 when you didn't, haha. I didn't want it to come off like that, but I saw a lot of other creators I watched, like Beat 'em Ups. He did a video talking about it. Arlo made a video talking about it. And that's the whole experience trying to get the pre-order for the Switch 2. I want to talk about the overall frustration of trying to get these products, like just trying to pre-order something and scalpers making it entirely hard, and also just retailers and how they kind of have a shitty way of handling things, and Nintendo also kind of having a weird way of handling things when it comes to these like launches, because this is supposed to be, especially the Switch 2, it's been kind of disappointing. This is supposed to be like a fun thing, oh, we're getting ready to get the new console, yay, we're going to get the new console, but then you get the prices things, and then the pre-order gets pushed back, and then you have the whole chaos of the whole pre-order process, and scalp having to battle bots and all this stuff, and tariffs, and just this craziness that just surrounds the whole thing. And I want to talk about my experience of what it was last night, because it is the 24th, and it happened at 9 p.m. Pacific time, so the 23rd. So, yeah, let's talk about it. Before we continue to our regular scheduled program, I must tell you guys about today's sponsor, which is me, my Twitch and my second channel. On my Twitch, I do various Let's Plays, good and bad games. For example, a couple weeks back, I did a playthrough of Sonic and the Secret Rings and tortured myself playing that. And I love streaming over there. I enjoy it, so I do it quite often. So follow me to know when I do that. And you should also subscribe to my second channel, Brandon Vanal Live. On that channel, I post some highlights from my streams, but I also post other videos. Sometimes I'll post just random videos I don't feel are fitted for the main channel. And if I have any small update videos I need to do, they'll be over there as well. So go subscribe to Brandon Vanal Live and follow me on Twitch at Brandon Vanal. And yeah, go follow me there so I don't have to put this in every stinking video. So first, I'm going to talk about my prep. So I watched a guide the day before from YouTuber Jake Randall. Shout out to him, by the way, because I'll talk about it, but I was watching a stream while trying to get this thing. But yeah, he said Walmart's probably the best place to go because there's like a queue system and all that. And then Best Buy and Target are kind of a toss-up. And then GameStop would be the last jump. Which my order was going to be Best Buy, Walmart, and Target. And Walmart was kind of high up anyways because that's where I got my Switch 1. So I did aim for Walmart specifically, but then I had Best Buy and then I had Target. Like, that's kind of what it was like. Those are my targets. Anyways, he had a lot of good points, and I recommend watching his video, his guide on it, on pre-ordering the Switch 2 for when the next batch happens, if there is a next batch or whatever they plan to do. Alright, so I did that, and then the next day it was like 7 p.m., which is 2 hours away on the Pacific time that the pre-orders are starting. And I saw he was streaming, so I jumped into that stream and I was in the chat, and I was just like watching and listening, hearing as many tips as I can. And the good thing about following these streamers that really try to help people pre-order is that people in the chat will let them know when this store is live or this store is back up. This one doesn't say out of stock anymore. This one doesn't. You get that like almost in real time. There's that delay. So that was one of the things I did. I had on my second monitor his stream playing. Then on one monitor I had like two tabs open side by side. And one had just Walmart, the other one had Target and Best Buy on the other. I also had the Walmart app downloaded onto my phone, and all my information was on it and all that stuff. So I went and got another soda while I was waiting because I was like, okay, I gotta get my caffeine sugar levels up for this one. And I was ready to go into battle. I was ready to charge in there and get my Switch 2 because the thing about this is this one felt way more important to me than when the PS5 came out because if I don't have a PS5, it's not the end of the world. There wasn't a lot of crazy exclusives at launch with the PS5 that weren't also going to be on the PS4. So while I was trying to get a PS5 at the time when the launches were going on online, if I didn't get it, it wasn't the end of the world. Switch 2, I'm a Nintendo fanboy. Not sure if you could tell much, but I am a bit of a Nintendo fanboy. So I was like, gimme, gimme, gimme. All right, so also on Walmart and Target, I went for just the console. On Best Buy, I went for this weird bundle they were doing that was the console and then the physical game for Mario Kart World, which was going to be like about $5.50. I decided to go with one of the more obscure looking bundles because I figured less people would go for those and more of them would go for either just the main console or the console with the Mario Kart World bundle. Another thing I did was I got an extension for Opera because I use Opera. I don't use Google Chrome. I used to, but I don't anymore. I found an extension that was like an auto refresh, and I set to like every 2 seconds for Walmart, every 5 for Best Buy, and then I really didn't have it set for Target. I just did that the old-fashioned way. 8:59 comes along, and it's like, okay, I hear on the stream, oh, Walmart started. So I hopped on the Walmart, and then I start doing it, and then it actually only takes a few refreshes before I'm putting to queue for a line because what Walmart does is instead of having to refresh all the time, they put you in this line, this queue. And once that pops up, you don't have to do anything else. You just wait. You wait and hope for the best. So I changed my attention to Best Buy and Target. Best Buy had auto refreshing and stuff, and then after a little while, that one got me in a queue. But then I was hearing on the stream that Target was starting to do them. And then I actually got pretty far at Target. I got in my cart and everything. I was like, oh my gosh, wait, I think I might just be about to get one already. Then I tried to check it out and it just kept saying, we're having problems. And I'm like, I'm at the cart. I made it this far. What's going on? So while I was trying to figure out the Target thing, I just kind of let it sit on the cart page for a minute and just was like, okay, you know what? I'm in queues for 2 of them. Let me get the app out and start trying to use the Walmart app to get a second spot in line just in case I don't get it in the first spot in line or whatever. And then that got me nowhere. The app was useless for me. For me personally, I heard from other people that like the app worked great or like the Target app or whatever. But at the time, I only had the Walmart app. And then I was hearing on the stream that I was watching that the Target app or the Best Buy app, those were also working. So I was like, okay, god damn it. I have to log into Target and Walmart and Target and Best Buy. I'm still flustered. Oh my gosh. I think I'm just, last night was a lot. So I'm logging into all these apps, and then as I'm doing it, I look up. All of a sudden, the Walmart page starts like glitching out. Like I'm not sure if I'm in line or not, but it starts like glitching out and being weird, kind of, and like constantly refreshing and like I don't know, acting kind of crazy. It was very bizarre and freaky. So yeah, that was happening, and then I was like, okay, something's wrong with the website. I'm gonna just refresh it because I know I'm gonna lose my place in line, but you know what? It's just nothing's gonna happen. Moment I refresh it, this pop-up comes up and it says, "Press and hold here to prove you're not a robot." And I'm like, okay, that makes sense. I guess that's their way to combat bots, maybe. And so I press and hold it, and then it says, "Okay, check mark," and then 3 dots happen, and it's just nothing's happening. I'm like, what's going on? So I refresh again. Same thing. Hold this to make sure you're not a bot. 3 dots. Nothing's happening. Guess what happened when I refresh again? Same thing. Except this time I could see the homepage in the background, but then it blurred out and said, hold this. I'm like, oh my gosh, what is going on, dude? Best Buy then pops up. I'm like, yes, let's go. I hit add to cart for Best Buy, and then that glitches out, and that messes up, and I'm not able to get into that. So then I go to Target, and it's still not doing it, and then at this point, it was like saying payments not working. So it's like, oh, god damn it. And then I'd heard on the stream that Target was sold out. It was people were saying Target sales was sold out, and I was like, oh no, that's probably why. So I closed Target. I'm like, okay, not worth it then. I guess we're just Best Buy and Walmart now. And Walmart still wouldn't stop with the stupid ... make sure you're not a robot shit. But Best Buy, I was able to get back in line again. And by the way, I didn't mention this. Best Buy, like, for the first 30 minutes of this shit going on, did not pop up at all. Like, they didn't start theirs until, like, 12:30, the Eastern time, 9:30 my time. So I think what they were trying to do is they were saying that they were doing it early to make sure bots don't come at Best Buy. But I guess the bots wait. I don't know how bots work, okay? But Best Buy did theirs late. So I clicked on it again, and I got back in line again. And then I tried to focus on finding out what was going on with Walmart. It just wouldn't, it just kept doing it. And then the app started doing it. I'm like, what's going on? And then the app said it was sold out. I was like, what's going on? But then, like, on the stream I was listening to, I was still in line at Best Buy. So I was like, okay, I still have Best Buy at least. Then I heard on the stream, it was like, oh, Walmart's back up. I'm like, oh my gosh. So I typed in Walmart again. The stupid I am not a robot thing kept popping up. But then there was one time when I refreshed, and oh my gosh, it didn't pop up. I'm good. Okay, so I rushed to the Switch 2 page, I type it in, and then I go to it, and then it went into my cart, but then it wasn't letting me go any further, and then I got kicked from it again, and then the robot shit started happening. I almost gave up then. And then when I got to the Best Buy page, that bundle was sold out. That Mario Kart physical bundle with the Switch 2, that was sold out. So I was like, okay, let me try just going for the normal Switch, the Switch 2. The normal Switch 2, just the base one. The one that I actually really wanted was just the base Switch 2, because I wanted to get Mario Kart World physical, because I love me physical media. I go for that on Best Buy, and then I wait in line on that. And I'm still, in the meantime, just trying to work with Walmart, trying somehow. But then I hear Target app is working good. So I go and I go into the Target app and try to do it, and then it's just not working. Now this is important. It said payment decline. So there's something wrong with the payment. And I was hearing on the stream other people were saying similar things, and I didn't think nothing of it really. It wasn't working for me. It was just being dumb still. It was doing the exact same thing it was doing before. I go back to Best Buy, I get into it, and that's when it happened, like an hour and a half into this mess. I got it in my car. I got it. I got my pre-order, but I also got, after that, a concerning email that made me lose my mind. It said, you need to update your payment information in the next 47 hours or you're not getting it. And I was like, okay, I'm not securing this thing, am I? This is going to go away. So I go in, I put all my card information in because I was trying to use PayPal, okay? I was trying to. I know people have been saying use PayPal. It was not working for me totally. So I just put my card info in and it denied it. I was like, what's going on? And I did it 2 more times and it still denied it, but it said, you have 1 more try or we're canceling your order. And I'm like, oh no, it's going to be over for me, isn't it? But then I had the idea, it's like, okay, my card's not working. This is one of the few times I'm glad I still live with my parents. So my parents and I, we share the same bank. So I was like, Mom, I know this is a weird question. Can I transfer $500 into your account and can I use your credit card? Luckily, she said yes. So thank you, Mom. So I put that info in and I'm stressing because I'm like, okay, what if I put it in wrong? Because I never do this. So what if I put it in wrong and it doesn't like it, or it's gonna deny it, and then I'm gonna get my order canceled and I would have been so close. But luckily it updated, and as of now, my mom has a pre-order. Well, I do, but it says that it's under her name, so she's got to come with me to pick it up, I guess. The reason I've been stressing about this is because Target pre-orders were constantly getting canceled. That's what I was hearing, so I'm really glad I didn't get from Target. but they kept getting canceled. So I've been on edge because I don't want my pre-order to get canceled because I don't know. It could happen. Anything could happen. So that's where I'm at now. For now, at least, I got my I got mine secured. Let me just say this though, like as bad as the PS5 one was, this was worse because they kept going in and out of stock. And that's very confusing for a lot of people. And wait, to wrap up the story, I actually woke up to a phone call today and it was fraud alert. And I was like, that's why. So me and a lot of other people probably our banks probably saw that we were trying to spend a large amount of money on one site very quickly and we're like, we gotta close your account. Sorry. But I didn't get notified till this morning, but you know what? It all worked out in the end. Kind of. I'm still worried that my pre-order is gonna get canceled, but whatever. So like here's the thing, Nintendo, Best Buy, GameStop, whatever, all these places, like Nintendo, you want everyone to have your console, right? Like a lot of people do want this thing, and a lot of people I know they're mad. We're all mad at Nintendo. We're upset with Nintendo right now because of the $80 Mario Kart and stuff like that. And some people think that the Switch 2 is overpriced. I think it's fine, but like, I have my whole video on the price situation. But a lot of people want this thing. Like the Switch 1 did fantastic. Of course, a lot of people are going to want the Switch 2. You, Nintendo, you are so rich. You're such a big company. You're like massive. This should not be an issue with you. Yes, you do have that cool little raffle thing you're doing on your website, but that's just a raffle, and it's not even guaranteed that people selected from that raffle, y'all said it, that they will be guaranteed to get a Switch 2 or a Switch 2 Mario Kart bundle. This is ridiculous, and it's been ridiculous at least since the PS5 Xbox Series X things. I really my last console I bought on my own, I got gifted to me was the Wii U. So the Switch was actually my first like jump into this kind of trying to pre-order world online and shit. I feel bad for the people who weren't able to get a Switch 2 pre-order. I mean, it shouldn't be like this, but because there are just assholes out there with their scalper bots so that they can resell a Switch 2 for like $800. It's just so frustrating because it shouldn't be this hard. And I feel like Nintendo should be working harder to combat these things. You can mark Mario Kart at $80. If people can't get a hold of your system, they're not going to buy that game. So that won't matter. So, Nintendo, this little raffle thing you're going to be doing on your website and people are not guaranteed to get it is ridiculous. It's stupid. Anyone who participates in that raffle should have a guaranteed spot to get it. If not on June 5th, just the next shipment y'all do. I know there are the tariff things going on, and things are looking kind of sketchy and complicated, but you gotta work with your customers if you want to sell your shit. And to work with your customers, going through these retailers to get your product should not be this much of a nightmare. You should be doing all in your power to fight these bots, like figure something out. These retailers too, Best Buy, Target, Walmart, y'all gotta figure something out. You've gotta figure something out. The only thing I can think of are like bots to fight those bots, but I don't know if that's even possible. Anyways, I've rambled on enough. I hope all of you guys out there watching this that didn't get a Switch 2 pre-order in can get one in, or you can get a Switch 2 in the somewhat near future after launch. This was just ridiculous. I don't want to feel like I'm about to go to war just to get a console. Now I think I know how the people who come into the shop I work at, like when they ask, do you guys sell Pokemon cards? And I have to say, nope, because the scalpers get to us first. I really actually feel that now. I really feel that now. Alright, before I go, I want to just kind of talk about Switch 2 content going from here to launch, at least. Or a little bit after launch, because I plan on getting Mario Kart World hopefully soon after I get my Switch 2. I'm going to be focusing a lot of my videos towards the positive shit when it comes to Nintendo, like my thoughts on the Donkey Kong game, my thoughts on Mario Kart World aside from the pricing part of things, and just things I'm looking forward to, and like ideas for cool Switch 2 edition games, Switch 1 games. Like there are a lot of videos like that I want to do, and I want to just kind of stay in a positive lane right now. There's been a lot of negativity going on in the world and in my personal life and all that, and I just want to escape that when I make these videos for at least a while. So I'm gonna end this video now, but I want to end it with just reminding you guys of the Nintendo raffle thing. It feels a little less good now, because of the fact that you're not guaranteed to get one. So the only requirement I remember, for some reason, all the requirements aren't showing up on this page that I'm looking at, but you have to have been an NSO account member for at least 2 years, and you must be at least 18 years old. And also, it can only be one console per account. So if you have like a family online subscription, you can only get one still. So you'll have to all share or something like that. It does say that due to a high volume of registrations and fluctuations in supply, Nintendo cannot guarantee a timeline for when invitations will be sent. My Nintendo Store will continue this invitational system past the system's launch date until purchases are open for everyone. So basically, the first round of invitations will be on May 8th. But if you are not able to get that, they're going to keep doing these weird invite things. So you're not guaranteed to be able to pre-order on May 8th through Nintendo, but maybe a little bit afterwards. So I hope that's a little helpful for you guys. That's going to be all for this video. If you enjoyed, be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell when you do. Were you able to get a Switch 2? Let me know in the comments down below. What do you think of what do you think the solution is to this scalping problem? Let me know in the comments down below. I'd love to know. And yeah, so long and good night.